Zhuge was known as China's greatest strategist, and he was also a prime minister. He was also an inventor. He was also a meditator, and he was able to, from his contemplations and really paying attention to the world, he was able to come up with aphorisms or teachings that are timeless.
I remember being completely intrigued with the fact that these great strategists of Chinese kingdoms really understood how people work, but they also understood how the world worked, and that they saw leadership much more as a all-encompassing art and a sense of tremendous connection to one's circumstances and tremendous connection to the people around you. And you needed to be somebody who had enough stillness in their own mind to be able to actually read people's hearts and minds.
This particular program is working with how do you really look at leadership, and that would be, how do we start with ourselves? How do we know ourselves? How do we find, how to be with ourselves, comfortable in our own skin? And then how do you relate with others? And out of those two as ground, then that brings about some comfort with leading. And, in the last two sessions that will be about presence and how we work with presence as leaders, and also how does all of that lead to wisdom, and how do we bring wisdom into leadership? So strategic leadership is about really seeing a path of leadership, you could say. Zhuge talks about a vast and bright mind it's when we illuminate this kind of larger mind, it more aware or more awake or more open to being present and to listening. The mind then becomes more like the light turned on in a dark room. And with that kind of mind, we then have the ability to make decisions quickly, to base our decisions on facts, to have insights arise that are supportive for what we want to accomplish, and so on.
Anytime we're working with other people, these are great principles that will help guide you. And so we look forward to you joining us for this first weekend.